All right, and we are now live on the Tangy Tea of Life. And I'm going to go to the page and I'm going to share it to me first, and then I'm going to tag you. Sometimes it's a little, it lags, but
Mhm.
I'm going to tag you once we get on there. So, how was your day today?
I had an exciting day today. My day is always full of excitement when you're working with a group of talented, energetic, intelligent, bright kids.
Right.
So that is the whole. Uh, that's the gist of my day. Of my kids, I love those kids, and as you well know, they come full of energy. So you got to bring it. You got to bring it with them. You got to bring it with you because they don't
Amazing.
play. Yeah, they don't come to play,
I've been enjoying this so much. Look at
and
Kia.
they've been enjoying you so much. Hey,
So,
Kiana, that's my classmate.
okay.
We've been together forever.
Oh, love me some Key. She is a mess. Okay, so just a second, because my phone is doing the most right now. I might need to come off of Wi-Fi. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to share it, and I'm going to tag you after I share it. T. And now I'm getting ready to tag you, Tori. Tori, what you look like? Now I'm about to send you an invite.
Hey, Tori.
You definitely need to be on this one.
I'm excited about the Tangy Tea. This is my first time being on the Tangy Tea. It's
Yes,
cool
it
today. I'm
is.
gonna be on the Tangy Tea.
Mm, you made it.
I made it. I made the cut. Okay. I'm excited.
mm, yes, I just shared it with you. So, guys, all of you who are just joining in, thank you so much. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. It goes down Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. We are back. Yes, we are. And tonight we have a special guest, a special show. Welcome, Sean Jackson, the Tangy Tea of Life.
Hey.
So
Hey.
glad to have you on, cuz your first time on, but definitely welcome. So glad to have you on the show.
I'm very, very excited. I'm very happy about tonight,
Yeah,
about sharing and learning and
absolutely.
growing because I think platforms like this is really needed in our community, but in the community all around, especially with so much that we're being faced with now, like
Hmm.
the world. The
Yeah,
world is crazy right now, and
absolutely.
so we need to share a little bit, shed a little bit of light, a little bit of hope to some people.
Mm. Yes, included me.
Yes. Oh yeah. Let me tell you, I'll be the first to partake. I love to say, as I minister to you, I minister to myself.
Yeah, right. That's just like when I be posting, like it's like I post something this morning, inspirational. Like I be speaking to myself as well
Yes.
as other people trying to, just bring change and make people happy and feel excited about life and living. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get to this intro right quick. It's only 19 seconds. Just hang on,
Okay.
folks. Just a little second. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's it. That's it right there. I'm still working on the intro, but it's just a little something, something I threw together just to,
I like. Did you do that with that tripod?
I take my tripod everywhere I go.
Everywhere.
Everywhere I go.
That tripod is almost like a third arm. I
Absolutely.
love it though. I love it.
Listen,
I love
never know
everything.
when I got to catch some action going on.
Listen, when you stay ready, you do not have to get ready. That's real. That's
That's the
real.
Yes, it is. That's why I'm always staying ready because I never know.
You never
All
know.
right,
You never know.
never know. Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everyone. Thank you so much for those of you who are just joining us. Tori, I love when the hair is wild and natural. It's all good. So I'm getting ready to send this link right now. Um, Welcome, Sean Jackson, once again. I'm so happy to have you sitting in with me on the show. This is your first appearance on Tangy Tea of Life. And
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you um, joining me tonight. Welcome.
I'm glad to be a part. I am. I
And
really
can share a little bit with the folks who you are, what you do, your family. But for someone who may be watching who don't know Sean Jackson, well, you want to tell the people anything, or you just want to get right into the topic? Mm-mm. I was getting ready to say, what happened? You froze there for a second.
Oh, I don't know. See, on my end, I'm gone.
Oh, okay. All right. You was froze for a second, but go ahead.
Well, a little bit about Sean Jackson. I am a middle-aged young woman, single. I was the mother of Brianna Jackson. Let's see, back here 8 years ago, I lost my daughter in a car accident on her way to prom. That totally shifted my life, changed my focus. But I still, for whatever reason, I was missing out on some things that I really, really needed to take care of. You would have thought that that would have put me on the right path, but I still had a little more digging to do, a little more searching within my soul that I had to do. I'm from Hartsville, South Carolina. I am a school teacher at PDMSTA. I'm also the after school and summer programming director of some of the most greatest, coolest kids you ever want to meet.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
I am a first time author. I'm finishing up my book
yes.
on living single, and I've been writing this book for a little minute now, but I am
Mhm.
just finishing it up, and hopefully it'll be coming out. I'm looking at next month or the first part of August. I don't know. I may release it during my birthday or during Brianna's birthday. To kind of
Mhm.
tie in a little, something special with it. But I'm just here. I want to share hope. I'm a positive person. I love being around people. I love uplifting people. I never want, all my life, I've never was the type of person that like to see people sad or down or whatever. I gotta be where I'm something. If I'm not smiling, then there is
Yeah,
something ain't right.
right.
Something right. Because most of the time I'm smiling even in the face of adversity. I don't know if it's a nervous smile or it's like that respond. I don't know what you call it. But genuinely, like I said, I love people. I love music. Contrary to popular belief, I like being in the background because I like working on things in the background with folks and then looking at the overview of how everything came together. So I am a team player. I'm here to help as many people as I can help. And I love Jesus.
Hello.
I love him. I
Yes,
love God. I
yes,
love him. I love him. I love
yes. And Key says all true. Yes, indeed. And and I think that's why, not only because we're family, but the energy connects. You know what I'm saying? Because
him.
I'm the exact same way. Like, I don't like to see people down. I love, um, I feed off people's energy for one. But I feel like if you're not down, if you're feeling down or whatever, I'm there to lift you up. Try to anyway by smiling, telling a joke or something, just to to make your day a little better. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I find myself a lot of times like I'm riding in the car, be like, oh, I should make a video. If maybe someone's having a bad day, and I try to like lift up spirits or whatever. But I love it. I love that about you because you do love to smile. You do, like, I even see you with the kids since I've been doing the summer camp with you
Mm-hmm.
guys at the school, which I absolutely love.
Oh yeah.
Um, oh, I have so much fun because kids, they bring light. They bring, I feed off their energy too.
Yeah.
They be all hyped up, and so that makes me even hyper, if that's a word. I be
Yeah.
get along with them and just do the thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the kind of people that the kids need to be around as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if they're not getting that energy from home, at least they can get it from their teachers at school. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They can get that good energy from there.
That's long lasting, like a long lasting impression because I think about a lot of my teachers even now. Like right
Yes.
now, I'm 50
Yeah.
years old. I still can remember my first grade teacher. This is gonna be funny. Like the very first time, I remember her smelling like cigarette smoke.
Uh-huh.
But it reminded me of my granddad, and I was like, "Oh my God, Miss Griffin smoked cigarettes." I don't know why I was so hurt by that,
Right.
but I was so in love with Miss Griffin because Miss Griffin was like my first grade teacher. She, taught me different things. She was kind to all of us and things of that nature. So I didn't even care that she smoked them Winston Salem's. I could care less. I was just so hooked on the fact that she was interested in what I was interested in. And
Right.
that's more of what we need to do. That's what I see as far as our parents. We need to pour more into our children. And that'll probably be a whole nother podcast that we need to talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
later
Yeah.
on. But we really, parents need to parent. We need to really start parenting our kids
Yeah.
because some of us are not. Some of us are wonderful,
Yeah.
but some of us are not.
And they definitely feed off of that. The kids know when the parent, they know when the teacher is feeling some type of way. Like, kids are smart, so they know when you bring in negative energy around them. They feel that. They
Hmm.
definitely feel that, and sometimes they may tell you about yourself. hmm
Yeah, they will respond. They will respond.
Listen. So once again, guys, thank y'all so much. All of you who are just tuning in, I appreciate y'all. Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. It's me tonight, and I'm going to be trying to tune in what Sean and I are talking about, looking at the comments and all this. So bear with me if I don't get your comment on the screen. That's kind of hard each and every week anyway. We don't get everybody comment on the screen, but Tori, I sent you a link. I know you already said you wasn't coming,
Come on, Tori. She waiting on you.
but just in case, I sent it to you. Um, so hey Nicole, hey Carol, hi everyone. Um, Nicole, you responding to Miss Carol. Miss Carol, what going on July 4th? Is it a big cookout or something? hmm Miss Carol, did you move here yet? We're just having all conversations.
I
Uh,
see.
Hey, Miss Rainey, all the way from New York.
Hey, Miss Rainey from New York.
Yeah, is it White Plains, Miss Rainey? Hey, Michelle, haven't seen you in a minute. Hey, Michelle.
Hmm.
And all of you out there, thank you. I sent it to your phone, Tori. Or I can send it to Messenger, however you want me to send it. All right, July 2nd. All right, Miss Carol, keep me posted. Keep me posted what's going on. All right, so we're going to get into this thing, embracing singlehood.
Hmm.
You know, um, I can say that I am single, um, and we notice that we see a lot of single people out here in 2025. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the people that are really single, not
Yes.
the ones that are saying, yeah, I'm going through something right now, or, you know, I feel like she ain't the one. I need to get out of it. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about single people that are really single.
Not a
Um,
situationship.
situationship. We
Mm-hmm.
both know about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Situationships. But the ones that are really single, like we see a lot of that these days. Whether it's single by choice, single by a circumstance that came up, about. Um, but how do you feel? This would be a just a off the wall question, I guess. How do you
Mm-hmm.
feel being single? Do you feel?
To be honest with you, now, and I could not say this a little while ago, I feel refreshed. I feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders.
Mm,
I feel that I'm at liberty to do the things that I held myself back from doing, because it was where I held myself back from
mm,
doing. I feel like I can be more focused on the things that matter to Sean, and I feel at peace. And so all of these things combined together, it creates a different outlook for me, and it gives me a different energy about myself that just spreads throughout my community, my everybody that's I'm involved with. Where I once, just holding on just to be holding on, just to say, well, somebody's calling my phone, or somebody might want to take me out for some chicken wings or something like that,
yeah.
or somebody, there's I could say that could be my sneaky link or whatever you want to call it. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
that can come along and tune me up every now and then, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. But it's now I come home with a clear girl. I ain't got to be looking at my phone. I ain't got to be investigating Facebook.
Right.
I don't have to do none of that. I can sleep in my bed in the middle of the bed like a starfish and
Mm-hmm.
get some rest and focus. So it's been very enlightening for me. It
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sean, give me a second. We just had someone to come on. Oh, and we remember her. She been on Tangy T before. Let's bring on Tori with Keep the Faith podcast.
Hey, Tori.
Hey, Tori.
I had to tame my hair a little bit. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
Can
yes,
y'all
we
see me
can.
okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
good
All
to
right.
see you, Tori.
Carry on because the conversation's good.
Okay.
I was looking for my
Well,
glasses.
welcome back to Tangy Tea of Life.
Hey
All right, so
guys.
Hey,
Sean,
Tori.
is it like, it is ladies' night,
Mm. Ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
right? Oh, Sean, yes, I forgot you, the singer. Yes,
Right.
ma'am. But Tori, okay, as you know, because you've been in the comments, we're talking about, living, the single life. So I asked Sean, the question was, how do she feel being single? I think that's what I threw at you, Sean. So, Tori, you want to answer that? How do you feel? Wait, first of all, are you still single? I know the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
What? Yes,
For
ma'am.
me, it's the listen, I will say this to start with. I desire a husband, but
Right,
I desire the husband that God has ordained for me, for
right.
Tori. But honestly, this is the happiest I've been. I have so much clarity, and the reason why I've had clarity, and I've spoken about this before, I have so much clarity because I made a choice in 2021 because I failed out. I made a choice years ago, but I failed. But I made a
Mhm,
choice again in 2021 to abstain from having sex.
mhm,
And once I did that, I have so much clarity. I can think so much clearer because a lot of times when you are being intimate, it clouds your judgment. So this is the happiest I've been. I have so much clarity, and I can clearly hear God's voice this way.
Mm,
And then you can actually, when you're having conversations with people now, men, you can actually tell their intentions because your discernment is on 1,000. Sometimes I could tell a person's motive by having a conversation with them 5 minutes. I
mm.
can tell their intentions by how they look at me. I've actually had
Yeah.
conversations with men. Instead of them looking at me up here, you looking down here.
Mm,
Listen, I already know where this is going. So this is the happiest. Answer your question. This is the happiest that I've been, and I hear the voice of God so clear.
mhm.
So I'm loving it, and I'm pretty sure my husband will come because I'm not looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is I'm very happy, happily single right now. Now I ain't want to say I don't want to stay single forever, but I
No,
am happy. Yeah.
me neither, Tori. I don't want to be single forever.
Yeah.
But I'll take this season. I'll take this season because I feel like I have given out so much of myself in the past. Some of that stuff got to be recouped. I got to
Mm,
recoup some of that stuff back because when it comes time for me to share with my husband, I done gave it all out. I got to have something to give to my husband when my husband comes for me. I
Mhm.
got to be able to, give to him the same way like I gave, or even greater, like I gave over the past years to the
mhm.
person who wasn't necessarily for me.
Yeah. Well, to answer my own question, I can say, okay, the single life is a little lonely. Um, you know, I guess because I'm used to being with
Hmm.
someone, um, but it has its it has its good days and it has its bad days. Because some days I'm
Hmm.
like, I want a little boo thing. I can, go. I mean, not saying that I can't go out with someone and, and date and, do all that. But just genuinely being with someone like in a relationship who you can say, yeah, this is my dude right here. This is my guy. I
Companionship.
miss that. Yeah, yeah. I do miss that. But I can say being single, like you always saying, I have come to get to know myself better. Because I spend a lot of time with myself. I spend a lot of time, loving on me now. Not so much having to worry about him and pleasing him and making sure that he is good, and you know what I'm saying. At the same
Hmm.
time, I do kind of miss that too because I like spoiling who I'm with, but I'm not going to say that I love being single. I'm not going to say that, but I'm comfortable where I'm at. I can
Hmm.
say that. I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Hmm.
um, Michelle Grant says, Shine, I feel you exactly the same. Being single is refreshing. She says, being single keeps my blood down. Seriously.
Girl. Woo,
Hey,
child.
Paul. Hey, Karen, all of you out there who just joined us, we appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all, Tangy of Life. But yeah, so another question for you ladies. How do y'all feel about when it comes to society? Society, the pressure coming from society and the expectations, like, oh, well, what's wrong with her? Or what's wrong with him? But since I'm speaking to you ladies and all of you that's out there watching, but Sean and Tori, like, how do y'all take, you know, like I said, the expectations from society, and how do y'all take, you seeing other people, and I say this all the time, stop looking in because you don't know what they dealing with in their relationship. But just, seeing other people, family, best friends, who have husbands, because I get this question as to me, not gonna say often, but I have got this question often asked to me several times. Your sister seems so happy and so in love with her husband. Like, how do you feel because you're not, married or in it? I'm good. And I'm very happy for my sister. I'm very happy. My sister deserves the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I celebrate her and my brother-in-law Tim. I celebrate their marriage. So
Mm-hmm.
how do y'all handle society, the pressures of that when it comes to that? Being single women, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you going first, or you want me to go first?
You can go ahead. You can go first.
For me, I could care less about what others think. I'm living for Tori.
Mhm.
And when you said earlier, Veronica, about how people make that comparison,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, it's not to be, I'm not to be, everybody is their own unique individual. So I would tell them, first of all, I am truly happy for my sister, but do not make the comparison. That's where I don't like what people do to make a comparison, comparing to this person, that person. 'Cause like you said, Veronica, you don't know what people may be going through because people pretend very well. And
Yes.
Facebook is one of those social media platforms that people pretend very well to the
Mhm.
point where some people forget that people know them in real life. You paint a picture on social media
Yes.
that's not reality when there's
Mhm.
people that actually know you. But
Yeah.
as far as expectations of people, I'm gonna live for Tori, and I'm gonna do what's pleasing in the eyesight of God. That's just where I am right
Yeah.
now. So, like I said, I'm living for me and doing. I want to live purposeful. I want to be impactful. I want to make a difference. I want to leave a legacy behind. It's not about what people say, what people do. Because see, people will see what you do. God knows your heart, and He knows why you do it. There's
Yeah.
some people that do stuff for the camera, but God knows who you are when the cameras are off.
That's
Right.
So
right.
I just like to live in purpose. And then when I do start to, when God says it's time for me to be in a relationship, I want to court. I don't think I want to date. I want to court. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm over the dating scene.
Yeah, because there is a
I want to
difference.
court and be with purpose. Because like I said, I'm too old to be playing. We
Yeah.
Veronica, we about 50. So I ain't
Knocking
got
on the
time.
door. Right.
I just want to just be in purpose, you know. So that's just how I feel. I could care less what others think and what they say.
So courting and dating, what's the difference?
Well, dating, you can like, well, this is my, I don't know how everybody else, the way I see dating, you can go out on dates with different people and you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna lean towards like you can like say you on John with John, go out a date on Johnny on Monday, go out at Chris on
Yeah.
Tuesday, go out with now I'm not saying that now some people may do this, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're sleeping with all of these people. You could just be going out on dates. But for me, courting is if you're focused on that one purpose and you ask those necessary questions. I know I do. Where do you see this going? Do you
Mm-hmm.
what's your view of marriage? Because there's some men that you ask them that question, what's their view of marriage? There's some that they tell me they don't believe in marriage and they have a negative negative view of marriage.
Mm.
Don't
Or it's
I
not
weed them out
clear.
real quick.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not even clear. You not even
Right,
negative. It's not even clear. You don't know if it's up, down, here, there,
Yeah.
or
right,
anywhere. And women do it
right,
too. Women do that
right,
same thing.
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah. So Sean, the question goes to you. Oh, Tori, was you finished with courting and
Yes,
dating?
I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sean, so you can answer that question about how do you feel when it comes to the pressure of society.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, society. Well, I put it like this. I don't know. I know it's not like this for guys or for boys, but every little girl that I know, most of them, they paint the picture that you're supposed to grow up and get married and have children and they live happily ever after. So that's just like in your head. That's in
mhm.
your head.
Yeah.
And that's the concept that a lot of young women grow up with. So that when it doesn't happen, you start to second guess yourself. And then you start entertaining people that you should not be entertaining. You're
Yeah.
just out here, just from here and there, and you're I'm not saying anything is wrong with dating Johnny and dating Benny and whoever else. However, do your thing. That's the way you want to do it. But I do know how society, how they portray what getting into a relationship or being in a relationship should look like.
Mm,
And I have fallen prey to that mindset. Like, not so much where I'm out here doing like desperate things, but I've done some things that I would not have normally done had I had this mindset that I have now. Um, I hadn't had anybody that just said, well, this person is married. Why are you not married? I nobody kind of like really, I don't know, like said that to me. But
yeah.
I will say this, as I was in this situationship, I have had people say, well, it's been X amount of years, y'all ain't married yet. Like, they're asking that question,
Oh, yeah.
which caused me to say, well, hey, look, Benji, what is going on? Like, why are we not? Like, what is happening? So then I started moving around his schedule and things that he wanted to do to maybe perhaps persuade him into, making me the one. When in fact I was not the one. Because if I was
Right.
the one, then I would be her, even like right now. But as it stands now, like with Tori, what she says, I'm so I'm so free right now that
Mm.
I could care less about what society has to say about me as far as being in a relationship or as far as why I'm not married or why I'm not. Because I'm taking care of me. And if you take care of you and I take care of me, this world would be such a better place. Would be a better place. So I don't focus on that. And like you said, when I look at people with these relationships, and then after they broken up, you're like, oh, I thought their relationship was all of this and all of that, but come to find out that wasn't necessarily the case. So everybody can put on a facade. Valentine's Day, people, you see people getting all these flowers from their boo, they sending out 4, 5, 6 other bouquets to somebody else. You got child. I remember one time I happened to be looking and I saw a girl had the same scarf I had for Christmas.
Oh. No.
You could have got a different scarf. I mean, what?
No.
So, as that commercial said, don't let the smooth taste fool you, baby. You gotta, you gotta live for you. You gotta live
Right.
for you. What
Yeah.
is for you? And like I said, I think I'll wait. I'll wait till my time comes because I feel like it'll be worth the wait.
Yeah.
Right.
So Sean, you and I've been talking. When was that? Yesterday. We was just
Hmm.
out the blue, just having a conversation about relationships. Would you find yourself in a long relationship again? Or would you be like, because since we talking about, the marriage thing, would you be expecting to get married like soon in the relationship? Or would you wait it out a while?
I,
Because situationships are real. We know that.
yeah,
They're real. No commitments, but yeah.
I, I'll say this: having been in a situationship, Lord, here I go telling my business.
No.
You freeing the people.
Oh yeah. Haven't been in a situationship for 20 years. And when I say 20, I'm talking about 20 years. Having been in a situationship, it I'm gonna be honest, it makes me sometimes a little leery on being in a relationship with someone. And that's something that I'm definitely gonna have to pray about because
Mhm.
coming from being in a situationship, I'm now looking at the things like I'm tuned into what they're doing, and so if anything looks remotely close to what they're doing, sometimes I might, oh, let me back away.
Yeah.
But I want to be careful that I'm not pushing away what God has for me.
Exactly.
So that's why and I agree with you a whole lot, Tori, because I'm walking into my journey of abstinence. I feel like you will have a clear mind. You can you because when you have sex, and God help me if that thing is right.
Mm.
Because the truth of the matter is, everybody ain't doing it right. Come on in here, somebody.
And ain't.
And that go on both ends. I don't say everybody ain't doing it.
Yeah, girl, preach.
But if you get that in your way, that thing will draw you away from the truth. It will draw you away from the truth.
Yeah.
It clouds your judgment. It clouds your mind. Things you wouldn't necessarily put up with, you deal with. Things you wouldn't necessarily do, you do. Just different things like that. So I'm gonna say all in a just to kind of put it all in one capsule. I just got to pray to make sure I keep my mind clear so that I'm able to identify whoever God brings for me. Do I believe that it can happen like that? It can because I've seen it happen like that. I've seen some of my family members, once they put away all of the riffraff and the people that they were tied to, then all of a sudden their husband showed up and they look like, or they appear to be like they're living a good life. And then I've seen some of my friends, they met somebody and they grew to love each other. It was a work in progress. And they
Mhm.
did that. So, mm, I've got to pray about that. I'm going to say that. I got to pray
Yeah.
about
So you definitely have to be careful with that too, just like you say, because you never know if that's the one that God is truly, really bringing to you, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to run that person off. So yeah, we that's something that we definitely have to be careful with because, and I always say, just because the person that you've been with didn't do the right things, didn't do what we
it. Hmm.
expected them to do, we can't carry that on into the new, the new. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to be careful with that because a lot of times people do drag what they went through in that previous relationship into that new relationship, expecting the same thing to take place, what took place in that one. And if you go in a relationship looking for something to go wrong, I'm pretty sure something is going to go wrong.
That's because you're not healed. You got to get healed before, and that's the problem that we have. I got a friend right now was brokenhearted and I mean went directly into another relationship
Mm-mm.
and you carrying that baggage, that's a chapter that's in my book. You gotta heal first. You can't be a half of a person and a half of a person
Yeah.
to make a whole. It need to be two wholes.
Hmm.
That, oh, you complete me. I don't want you to complete me.
Yeah.
I want to already be completed. And I want you
Yeah.
to be completed. Because I don't want half of you. I want
Right.
all of you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we gotta work on that. I know now I'm gonna say now, as a lot of women, men too. But we hold on to that thing. That hurt. Ooh, we hold on to it. We won't
Mm-hmm.
let that thing go. We'll hold on to that thing, hold that thing over that man's head. And the next man didn't do it. They didn't do it.
Right. But I think we held on. Um, well, I could say me, younger Veronica, the older Veronica. Now that there's growth in me, and I'm closer to God, and I pray more, and I feel like, not saying that it was like a easy,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't think it ever would be easy, especially if you're in love with somebody. I don't think it ever would be just, oh, I didn't forget about him or I didn't forget about her. You know what I'm saying? But with growth and knowing who you
Mm-hmm.
are and loving yourself, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that makes things much easier to get over someone because now you know your worth, you know what you put up with and what you're not going to put up with this time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It just, yes, we're going to have our nights when we cry, but I just feel like things just move easier when you're walking in that different path.
Mhm.
I can say that about, the young Veronica for
Mhm.
sure.
Mhm.
Growth is something. Growth is, but a
Right.
lot of people don't want to be alone. That's why they so fast to jump into another relationship. They don't want to be, and a lot of people do not want to be alone. Like that is real. They would jump in something so quick because they just don't want to be by themselves.
But still by themselves.
Right.
Even in the relationship, you still by yourself. But I get what you're saying. Just having that physical attention.
Yeah,
That's the part, that
yeah.
physical.
Getting text messages during the day,
Mm-hmm.
phone calls. Hey, boo. Love you. What you doing? Just making you feel special. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I would never say that I don't need a man. I'm not gonna
No.
say that.
Oh, you must have read my mind. I want this. I was,
That irks
No.
me so bad when women say that.
They
It do.
do.
I never say
Mm.
that. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No,
Cause Lord
never.
sent him my way.
That's what people don't realize. You got to be careful what you speak.
You say what you
Words
say.
are powerful. And then
Yes.
Very.
getting back to who you are sleeping with. There
Oh,
people don't talk about the soul ties and they're sexually
Yeah.
transmitted diseases, but they're you also transmitting demons as well.
ooh,
Because let me
ooh.
tell you, I dated this guy, and y'all, when I dated this dude, I was saying the N-word, my mouth was reckless.
Mm,
It was terrible. So you have to be careful of them spirits you're transferring as well when you're intimate with people,
yes.
because I'm telling you, them demons transfer,
No,
and you
God.
be in love with the demon too. So when you break away
I
from
can't say in
people,
love with the
what
demon.
what you be in love with that demon, but when you break away, it's like that person disgusts you now because you start to see so
Mm,
clear. You're like, dang, what did I see in that person? Like you see them for who they really are when you start healing and start breaking away from that person. Like, dang, I was
Mm.
in love with that.
yeah.
Mm.
And then you
Yeah.
know your worth and you loving on
Yeah.
yourself. Oh my God. It's a
That
beautiful thing.
is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And Sean, you and I talked about that soul tie. The movie, and we're not gonna get it, we're not gonna get it there. But the movie that Tyler Perry just came out with, what is it?
Strong.
Raw.
Straw. And when she said that part, be careful who you sleep with, or something about who you have a baby with, or something. That is so true. Like that's why I be, like looking at these young girls that, like I see them in the grocery store, very young girls, and they have baby strollers and, by themselves, and not saying that their baby fathers isn't in their life or anything, but I just be hoping that they are there, taking care of responsibilities, because your whole life change when you
Mm.
get a child. Your whole life change, and they're just going back to sex. Like you have to be careful who you laying down with, because
Well, I think one thing is when sex is not so commercialized, it's like sex is like going to the Zaxby's and ordering the wings and things. Like everybody just
That part.
you get a wings and things, and you get a wings and things. That's you. I mean, it's just like now, like what? But I do remember like when we were coming along, when you were out there loose, like that. You don't need to be hanging around her. Now it's like, oh, that's the end thing, and that's what society has put out to our young people, both men and both girls and boys. And we got to change that narrative. We have somehow or another that narrative has got to change because it's a generational curse. A generational curse.
yeah.
It's curse.
Right.
But when you get that thing and it Let's move on.
Girl, still, I'm just still trying to figure out what, because I know when I was coming through it, these people, they didn't know what they was doing. They didn't know.
It got
Right.
hot. See,
They didn't know. And
this
I
this
know,
this is when prayer come in.
yeah,
This is this is when we need Jesus.
Absolutely.
yeah. And not no cold shower, because that ain't going to cut it, baby. Don't let them church folks fool you. You know, a cold shower's not going to do it. You got to fight against that thing. You got to
Yes,
war. You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Nicole says, "Hey, Robert." Nicole says it's hard to be careful. We don't really know a person until after the baby's born. Then the guys. That's just like relationships. We have to be careful going into relationships, and that's what I used to try to explain to my co-hosts. Like when they say, "Oh, you know who you getting involved with," not necessarily,
Mm.
because some people do change once they get with you. You know, they could be the sweetest, nicest, most the lovable person you've ever met. And then once you get into that relationship, maybe 6 months down the road, you start seeing changes. And I don't know if it's because people get comfortable in a relationship and they feel like, okay, now I have them. They're not going anywhere. Now I have them. Now I can really show them who I am. So it's hard, but at the same time,
Do you think that? Yeah, at the
we
same
find out.
time, hindsight 2020, most you can't hide all the time. There's a lot of the times we're not looking. Like they're showing because we're not looking at
And
it.
we don't want to see it.
And we don't want to see it because a lot of times they'll show you their hand. So to some extent, I get what your co-host was saying. Like if you're really paying attention and
Yeah.
you looking, they like little flags. They'll drop some little flags around you, but we just kind of like, oh, gonna brush that aside because he's saying
Yeah.
nothing. And I
He's
oh,
new. Oh, he treat me. I love what he say to me. The thing is the bomb. Like I don't want to hear none of this other stuff.
I
Like,
done met his mama, and
mm,
oh, she loved me. Oh, we going to Sunday dinner. We going to church together.
yeah. So all these
Girl,
little red,
bye.
the little signs that we get, and we just be ignoring them.
But listen, here's the thing too. You have to realize that there are some people before they approach you, they
Mm-hmm.
sit back and they study you.
Yeah.
And when they study you, they know what you like. They know what's going to lure you in.
There you
And
go.
then they're going to have on this mask. And like Sean said, the mask ain't going can't be on but so long.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
they gonna study you. They know what you like. Because I got myself caught up in a situation because I was being studied. And that's why a lot of times when people ask me certain questions, like you
Mm,
know how when you ask the question, what you looking for? I don't even ask those questions anymore.
That's
Answer
good.
those questions anymore because when you tell them, you're basically giving them the blueprint. Oh, she likes this. That's why when people say, "Tori, what you looking for in a man?" I say he'll know.
I like
He'll
that.
know what I like. He gonna know.
but at the same time, though, like, how are we supposed to get to know a person if we don't ask those inside questions? Like, we talked about this.
Some questions you
on some-
ask, but there's some things they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to do naturally because what's in you is gonna come out.
Yeah,
If it's
that's
in
true.
you to do, it's gonna come out. Because
Yeah.
one of the things for me, I've actually went out with someone before, and it may be simple to some, but I went out with someone before, and I'm the type of person I like to tip, especially my services. I'm a big tipper. But
Mm-hmm.
I paid attention to how he treated
Mm,
the
Mm-hmm.
waitress. And when
mm-hmm.
I tell you this dude was nasty, I was like,
Mm.
it's it for me. I pay attention to how you treat people that you don't
Mm-hmm.
even need. And I paid attention, and it's like he made it seem like they were beneath him.
Mm,
I was like, no, I
Mm,
can't. This thing for me. And then I noticed also that he was a very selfish person.
mm.
yeah.
I was like, no, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Block.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord got the block.
X. X.
Still blocking people out here.
And
Oh my.
then
Yeah.
I blocked
What?
my 5 calls today.
That block is a blessing, honey.
What?
It'll.
Oh.
I'm like, what my friend Nicole said. That thing will save you on your blood pressure medicine.
What?
It'll save you.
Oh my gosh.
I
But
had
that.
I had one real quick. That's so funny you said that, Tori, but I was paying attention. There was this guy, and he was talking about his ex-wife. And he went on and
Mhm.
on about the ex-wife. I'm very leery of that because when you're talking about your ex-wife and there is no blame on you, you didn't contribute to any of that.
Yeah.
Or women, when you talk about your ex-boyfriend and there's you done nothing wrong,
Yeah.
that's a red flag. So I asked him, I said, so I hear you, saying all these negative things about your wife. Like, what? You weren't happy at home and she didn't do that. So tell me, how did you contribute towards your divorce? That man looked me in my eyes and said, I was perfect.
Oh no. Nobody's
What?
perfect.
I said, okay, perfect. What do you mean perfect? He was like,
Right.
he's like, no, I did everything right. I said, oh, okay, you ain't got to worry about me because if she
Mm-mm.
wasn't perfect, I know we ain't gonna make it because I'm not perfect.
Mm-mm.
So we
No,
not gonna
none
make
of
it.
us.
No, we won't make it. So
Yeah.
blah,
Right.
yeah, blah.
Yeah. You had something to contribute to that. If she had a nasty attitude, why did she have a nasty attitude? But if she
Right.
wasn't doing blah blah blah, why wasn't she doing blah blah blah? What was you doing?
Yeah. Even in my little situationship, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I ain't gonna say, oh, I was on
Right.
my Girl Scout. No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was tit for tat.
Yeah.
May the best man win. May the best man win.
Right. Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to tell you. So no, you're not perfect. You're not
Right.
perfect. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Nicole says the red flags we tend to ignore, but we think they may change after a while. That's a big no no too. We be trying, waiting, hoping.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just doing it right now. He's gonna change.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna change. Mr. Sammy says that's why you need to get to know the person because you enter into a relation before you enter into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Getting to know. So I guess this will come with the dating. You're going to date them first, not is that the difference? The take dating and courting?
Yeah.
Courting, you really, you
Courting, you basically you leading toward you both have the same mindset where you're leading towards marriage when you
mm,
court. Yeah.
What
yeah,
do y'all feel about like counseling,
Oh,
marriage counseling,
absolutely.
or just
I
counseling?
mm,
yes, I
yeah,
agree. Yes. I think it's necessary.
yeah,
A lot of people don't. They don't think that that's something that they need to do. And I'm not gonna say necessarily that you have to, because there's some people I know that did not have
yeah,
counseling and they are. But then I know a lot of my married friends who are still married
that went to counseling.
that did go to counseling.
Yeah,
Because they ask the hard questions, questions that you don't think about. They questions that perhaps you may don't necessarily want to ask. They just ask the hard questions and put it
yeah,
out on the table.
yeah. And I
That's
feel like a lot
why
of
in
people,
oh
no,
go
go ahead.
ahead, Veronica. I
No,
was
that's
just gonna
okay.
say that's why I say in some situations I feel like it's necessary because I dated someone where instead of us effectively communicating, he dealt with avoidance
Mm,
and
Mm-hmm.
he dealt with abandonment.
mm,
So he did not he did not communicate effectively. He was one of those people that would avoid situations, avoid those hard conversations that needed to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have those necessary conversations, those hard conversations, it ain't gonna work. But it's like what is a pet peeve to me? If you don't have those hard conversations, if you don't address the issues, and you say you don't speak for like a couple of days, and then when you do start talking, you start talking as if nothing ever happened. That's a
Mm.
problem for me. When people don't address the issue and they just don't talk about it, and then they just start picking up talking like ain't nothing. Wait a minute, you see this big old elephant in the room? We ain't gonna talk about
Yeah,
it. I don't like
right.
that kind of stuff. So yeah,
You definitely
but
got to have
yeah,
tough conversations. Yeah,
yeah.
uncomfortable conversations for sure. But I just feel like I was going to say, I feel like a lot of people feel like going to counseling. Well, not a lot of people. Some people feel like going to see a counselor is like putting other people in their business.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Um, but I can't say my ex and myself, we did go to counseling, um, and it wasn't his fault that we stopped. It actually was my fault.
Okay.
I felt like I was at a good place with God. And, my prayers were getting stronger and more, what's the word? Like, I always pray daily, but it was more like throughout the day. And, it was like constant prayer. So I told the counselor, I was like, I feel like we don't need, um, to be canceled. Need counseling anymore because I feel like God is doing what he need to do. I'm
Mhm.
praying and I just feel like God is going to lead us where we
Mm.
so that was my decision to stop counseling. And I feel like I'm not going to say if we would have continued going that it would have worked, but maybe I should have given it, or we should have went more sessions before I actually made that decision, to not go in. I think we went to 2 sessions and then I was like, nah, like God got this. I'm praying daily. I'm praying throughout the day. Like God got this. So that was on me, but I'm not knocking counseling at all because I do feel like it is, it's a good thing and it's a great thing for some people. Like you say, some people went to counseling, like friends of yours, and they're still together because of that. So
Mhm.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Um, I think that was Brian. Hey Brian, he says you may never really know the person, and that is true. You may never really know because you just think about it. People like a 8-year relationship that I've been in. Some things I didn't know until like that 8th year, and I'm like, oh, this is who you really are. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like things didn't come out until that 8th year, and like he says, you may really not know the person. Mr. Stamps.
You know what I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
real quickly when you say that, and that was a good point too. But I'm looking at it from this end. Um, a lot of times, or no, all the time, whenever you start off in a relationship, even if you together or you're not together, in the end, you evolve and you're forever changing.
Yeah.
So that thing that could have been there from the start with that was small and minute, probably by that 8th year, that thing had expanded so and gotten so big, you evolved into that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like we are forever changing. Like I know my mama done been married now for what, 52 years. My daddy married my mom, she was 17. So I know my mom is not the same 17-year
Yeah.
old person. So she's evolving, but for the good. And then some people evolve into, they morph into something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. I mean, you can only hope that, in our age group, that the person that we get with,
You hope, you hope, you hope, you
Lord,
hope.
because it's time out for games. I just feel
It
like,
is. but some of them still playing a large majority of us. Men and female, because let me tell you something.
Yes,
I got some female friends my age right now.
they're still playing games.
Y'all, come on, that's a good dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people just they play that game of taking advantage of the person because they know they can get away with what they're doing, you know? And the person will still that's the thing that gets me. They they feel deep down inside that that person isn't going anywhere.
Mm.
That person ain't leaving me. No matter what I do, no matter how I treat this person, no matter what I say to this person is still gonna be there with me. And I feel like that's how a lot of people um, continue cheating or doing what they do because they feel like that person is never going to leave them. But one day,
Ooh, girl, I started speaking in tongues just now. Hey, basura bacando. Ooh,
one day,
girl,
and that's
I
why I always say, I don't care how people feel about R. Kelly, but that song where he said, "When a woman fed up,"
ain't nothing you can do about it.
nope, that's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah, it's done.
Mrs. Amos says some people date to have a good time and some date to get married. You need to make sure both are on the same page,
I
but
agree.
you need to talk about that exactly. And that's what Tori was saying. You got to have some hard conversations.
Establish. You gotta establish.
Right.
And
Because
you gotta
listen, y'all, there
stick
was
to
this
them.
guy. Oh, there's this guy that wanted to had reached out to me, and I could tell where the conversation was going. He was trying to get me in the bedroom.
Mm.
So when I kept shutting him down, this, and that, and the third, all of a sudden, all before it was toward, I think you the one. And I hate when some say, God told me, God ain't told you nothing. Don't be lying on him like that. But it was going in a different direction. And I kept shutting him down. And then finally he said, "Yeah, sis. Oh, I'm your sis now. But you was just trying to get sis in the bedroom."
Oh, you have to
Ooh.
sis.
I'm sis now.
Yeah. Oh, you sleep with you want to sleep with your sis. But you know what? Sometimes we put ourselves in
Yeah.
situations
Ooh.
that we shouldn't put ourselves in. Sometimes we actually, I'm
Yeah.
not going to put my business out here.
Yeah. Go on ahead, baby.
I'm
You,
not.
you set somebody free.
So once before, um, God dog.
Girl, sip some tea first. Sip some tea first. I help you out. Tangy tea is tangy. It's tangy. Tangy. Tangy tea.
So I went out with this guy before, right? And was out of town. Um, so I was like, visiting my brother, in Charlotte or whatever. And I just knew like nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna go get something to eat. We'll mingle, talk, whatever. I go back to my brother's house. But I was like, but you know what? This the devil on this show to talking. Girl,
Oh, yes.
just keep your bag in the car just in case, it's late and you wanna, you're gonna hang out at his house. Now you already know, you going out with someone, is go out to eat. You go maybe get a drink or two for those of you who, sip on a little something, every now and then. Things get heated, you talking, you hugging, you know, and you talk about you leaving a bag in the car just in case, it's too late and you don't want to go to your brother's house too late. Sometimes we put ourselves in situations, but thank God, my mind was right, and I'm like, okay, girl, take your butt to your brother's house because if you go over to his place, you already know what's going to go down. So we have to be careful to not put ourselves in those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Where we won't be the next day like, why did I do that?
Yes. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, we won't be in a situation, not saying that you was in a situation, with that person face to face, Tori, but like being in a situation where, okay, you trying to get some of that,
Mhm.
good. We're right together. And if I take my tail to your place 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, like what am I expecting for him to just turn
Right.
over and go to sleep? And here I go in my head, well, I'm just thinking, I could just sleep on the couch, he'll be in the room. Sleep on the couch until the next morning. Girl,
Mm-mm.
no.
No. Mm-mm. No.
You
So we
can't play
have to
those
No.
be
games.
careful putting ourselves
No.
in that
No,
situation.
ma'am.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I don't
ma'am.
play them games. I know me.
Right.
Uh-uh.
Listen, I can't go. I'm not. One thing about me, since I made that decision, I don't entertain conversations that's going left. I don't even watch. I don't even
Ooh.
watch. I don't even watch things that have intimacy in it. I don't
mhm,
listen to certain music. And one thing I don't do, men. I don't talk to men after 9 o'clock. I don't invite anybody to my house, and I don't
mhm.
go anybody. If I meet someone, it's gonna be in a mutual place, and I always let somebody know where I am. I
Yeah.
didn't even, and I turn my locations on. And I've actually had a situation where I went on a date, and I had one of my friends. They were there. They wasn't like right where we were, but
Mhm.
they were in the vicinity.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't ever. You ain't picking me up because I don't want you knowing where I
Oh
live.
no, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You're not gonna know where I live, but
Right.
Oh
I'm gonna meet you
no.
in a public place and
Yeah.
somebody's gonna know where I am at all times.
Right. Yeah. I
Mhm.
definitely turn my location on. Like,
Mhm.
hey,
Yeah.
hey sis, this where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Share my location. People
Mhm.
crazy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
people that you would y'all do that with everybody though? Say if you've been knowing this person for like 5 years, y'all went to school together, whatever, and y'all going out. Would y'all still share y'all location with
I
somebody?
do. I do.
I'm about to say I probably would because
Mhm.
number one, well, see, I'm out here by myself like this too, but my daddy be daddying, okay?
Yeah.
You let me not answer that phone, but my daddy gonna come from Centersville, and my daddy gonna be trying to check for me, okay? Because things happen so fast and just so
Mhm.
quickly. So
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily. I'm gonna just say this. Maybe not necessarily because I'm going out with that friend that I know, but if something should happen, if I'm like something happened, my tire blows out, like okay, daddy, this is
Yeah.
where I am, something like that. But it helps to have that on because, like I said, people, both men and women, these people crazy out here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a lifetime movie network movie. I
No.
don't. I don't want that for myself. I don't. I don't want
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
that. But Tori,
Mm-mm.
this one thing that you did say, I am now very particular about what I look at too,
Mm-mm.
because some things I can't look at because I'll look at that and then it'll go from,
Be
oh,
reminiscing.
I remember when, and that happened to me, and then that's when I log on off.
Right.
Because here again, I know me. What I am learning in my singleness is to be honest with myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't expect for a man to be honest with me, and I can't be honest with myself. That's the first place. The first place got to take place with me. I got to be honest with me, and I can't.
Right.
I can't watch all that kind of stuff. It just don't work. I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
You see, I'm not there yet. You ladies are strong. I'm not there yet. Like I can still watch, love stories,
Yep.
movies, and I can listen to R&B songs, and but I do be reminiscing. I be like, gosh, I remember the time.
Certain stuff. Cause like, for example, y'all know that song by Tank. when we when
Oh,
we that was me and somebody's song. So I don't like to hear that.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
it'll make you go back. You
What?
remember?
The devil is a lie.
Yeah. I love that song though.
And Usher, Good Kisser.
Mm.
No.
Honey.
I'm trying to tell you. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Can't do it.
I think
Mm-hmm.
now, now the one reason why I don't, because I'm learning really about music and the power,
Of the
the
words.
spiritual influence that
Right.
it
Mm.
has on you. To be, now it's crazy. Me as a person that loves music, knows music, and study music, but
Mm.
now I'm getting into the spiritual aspect of music and what it can do and how it can influence on each side. So
Yeah.
now I'm more cognizant about, what I'm listening to, what I'm feeding my spirit, what I'm, what I'm want to listen to. Because if I'm listening to stuff that I'm reminiscing, and then never I'll be listening to that, and then next thing I'll be listening to what's that girl name? Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't want to be going down that little long path where I'm depressed and sad and God, I wish I had me somebody. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
go through that. So I think that's where I am now because at one point, like I would listen to music. I was like, oh, it's just music, but
Yeah.
I didn't
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
understand
Yeah,
the influence that it had
it
on
does.
on me, on me.
It does. It really does. I
Mm-hmm.
was delivered from that because it would have me. I listen to certain songs, and let me tell y'all, I would listen to certain songs. My mind is telling me, do not go to that person's house. And
Mm.
y'all crank up the car. Let me tell you,
Oh,
the
Lord.
car start acting up. Y'all, I'm still trying to get there. The car kept cutting off. Give me warning signals.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to go there. And I still went anyway and got stuck because the car wasn't crank.
Oh
But
Lord.
your turn, you had to have it.
Okay.
I said, oh
You
my
had to
goodness.
have it.
Yeah, we be missing them signs though. Them signs
Who?
be telling you sit your butt down. Don't go over there.
Mm-hmm.
What we do? Walk out the house.
I'm trying to tell you, packed up, lotion down, greased up, and
What?
you'll get out your bed.
Girl.
Ooh, in the night hours.
Mm. Knowing you don't need to be on that dark road that late at night.
Ooh, Ginger, Rudolph, Dasher, Dancer, and Prancer, Comet, Cupid, Donna,
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Blitzen, Vixen.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, baby. Ah,
Mm.
it's
Mm-mm.
something.
Yes.
I just got to thank the Lord He kept me. That's all.
What?
Right. Right.
That part. That
Right.
part. That's
Kept me.
Lord.
Kept me.
Kept
So
us. Because
help
I've been in
us.
some situations.
Kept me.
Listen.
Tell the
Yeah.
Lord, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes, baby.
So do y'all have like because this is one thing I had down too, building a support system network. Do y'all have a support system? Like do y'all because I know all of my friends. I have a friend that's in a relationship, a serious relationship. All my other friends, the three friends, they're married. I'm like the only single one in the group at the moment. Because
Mhm.
Lord, I know he's coming. I know you have him on the way. But do y'all have a support system like a singles group? This is the thing, and I talked to Sean about this the other day. I want to start a singles group. I want to start a singles group where singles just come together, whether it's all females, meet females and males together. I don't care the age. I mean,
Yeah, I got you saying.
adults come together, we mingle, not saying that we're going in to try to find someone, not going in trying to sleep with one another, just going in and just having conversations, a singles group, go out to eat, we'll pick a night. Maybe it could be twice a month or once a month, singles get together and we just, mingle, just talk, go out to eat. Maybe once a year we can go on a singles cruise. And, I mean, if you find someone in that singles group who you connect with, hey, more power to you. But we're not going in to find someone, is what I'm saying, but having a singles group where we just talk and mingle. That's what I was thinking about lately. I think I want to start that here. But do y'all have a support group at the moment where you start feeling lonely, you start feeling down, you start reminiscing about your past relationships, or whatever? Do y'all have a support team that y'all can go to and just vent, or do y'all actually just keep everything to yourself?
I actually have three um circle of friends. There's some that are all over the country, like I got some in Vegas, LA. Then I have a group of sisters that we all went to college together. Then I got a group of circle of friends that we're locally, and we get together. And because I have a mixture of friends that are married, I got
Mhm.
some friends that are single, and I got some friends that they don't even want to date no more.
Mm.
But to answer your question, honestly, I don't even think about the past anymore. I'm so far removed from that. I don't even have those days where I may vent about everyday life, like things that I go through, like in life. But as far as like
Yeah.
relationships, I don't even think about the past. I'm so far removed from that. I don't even. There's nobody in my past that I'm gonna look back and think about that's
Mm.
even worth a thought for me. So I don't even have, and then I'm to the point where now I don't even think about now. Now I will say this, and I can't believe I'm gonna tell my business
Come
on this
on,
line.
come on with
Tell it. Hang
I
it,
don't
T.
even have I don't even have no thoughts. But listen, y'all, I was strolling social media the other day,
it.
and I saw this guy,
Mm-mm.
and oh my god, he was such a beautiful thing. And I was like, something rose up in me. I said, "Oh Lord, I didn't know she still work." I said, "Let me get off social media."
Uh-oh,
'Cause I hadn't
uh-oh.
even been having those thoughts, but I had a thought.
So
I
you
said,
Oh,
might
"Oh
got,
no!" I
so
said,
you
"Time,
might got to live in a bubble.
listen,
you might got to get off social media, honey.
You got to live in a bubble.
You already got rid of them
listen."
songs and a
But
movie.
it's like I didn't have those thoughts, but I was like, "What the heck?" It was a thought. It was a quick thought, but it did come, and I was
Yeah,
like, "What?" But I snatched my day back. I said,
but
we
that's
ain't doing
okay
that."
though. You human. It's
I was
okay.
Yeah.
like,
That's
we ain't.
okay. You gonna have those
You are
moments.
definitely, yeah.
I was like, "Oh my
Because
goodness."
he created us to feel that way, but in the appropriate, with the appropriate people.
Right.
But
Right.
he created these feelings. He gave you that. Now that he
Yeah.
gave you. He
Yeah.
gave it
I was
to
like, "Oh."
you.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely. And he didn't place us on this earth to be alone either.
mm, yeah,
No.
he
So that's
did.
going back to these women that be talking about they don't need a man.
Mm,
We're not
mm,
on this
mm,
earth
mm.
to be alone. Y'all do know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
I just want the
Yes.
one. I just want the one that God sent for me.
Yeah. 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 So you guys are a mess. Women first, yes, Rose. Yeah, she's saying women first, maybe, and then the support group. So we
Hmm.
start with the women. Okay, that's a good idea. Start with
Yeah.
the women single
It's
group first, and
You know why I like that idea? I like
mhm.
that idea because when you build a sisterhood, because
Yeah,
everybody may enter into this group at a different level. Like
yeah,
where Tori is in her walk or her journey of singleness, where
hmm,
she's not thinking about her past. There may be somebody who's newly single that can't quite, they got this on their mind. That soul tie got a yoke around their neck where they
yeah,
maybe, it's hard for them. So they need somebody, an accountability partner, and somewhere where they can feel safe,
Yeah.
And some place where you can have a testimony. You can give your testimony. The word of God says we overcome by the blood of the lamb and the words of our testimonies.
Mhm.
So there may be a place where I can testify to that person about newly being single, wherein as the other person may be able to testify to having coming out of a relationship with a married man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, but I think
Yeah.
that that is something that is needed. We always talk about women's empowerment, but do we really empower each other, or do we tear
Right.
each other down?
Right. Right.
We
That's why.
really we
No,
need
go ahead,
that.
Sean. Yeah.
We need that.
We need to, and that's why it's been so heavy on my mind. Like, I'm like, we don't have, well, I don't know about it. We don't have anything going on like that around here. I don't know, anybody that have, a singles group going on. But that's definitely something that, I'm going to throw out there. There's something that, I would like to do, and we get to know one another as women. So thank you, Rose, for that. We definitely, I think, like you said, Sean, I like that idea. It makes more sense. We get together as women
That's
first.
Rose.
We get together as women first, and yeah, and I feel like that's what's missing these days: the sisterhood,
Oh,
having each other back. You know what I'm saying? It's so much.
girl, that's another podcast for another. Girl, we'll be on here for the next day, not hour, a day.
Yeah, yeah,
Honey, we'll be on for
that's
the next
missing.
day.
That's missing.
Yeah.
That's missing.
Yeah, that genuine love or that genuine heart to see your sister win
Yeah,
or succeed in life, like all the way around, like
yeah,
mentally, spiritually, physically, like all of that, and helping somebody out. You
yeah,
know, I think I agree with that. That is something that we are missing as women, and I think that if we were to build each other up, we wouldn't be worried. We wouldn't have these issues of me with your man and you with my man, and
yeah.
you would have self worth enough to know. Listen, that's my sister. That I don't even know that lady, but I can't do that woman like that. I can't do
Mhm.
it. Like
Yeah,
we need that's something we need to work on. I whenever I vent because I vent. I talk about it.
yeah,
But when I do talk about my situation, I don't talk about it in a negative way. I talk about it from a learning point of view. I talk about what I have learned from
mhm,
what I've gained, and it taught me a lot about. Like sometimes you can know something in your head, but until you say that thing out loud, that's when it takes root. Or sometimes, just like with children,
mhm.
your mama can tell you something and you know it to be right. But if your teacher come along or your friend say the same thing, just see
Yeah,
that thing like it's brand new. And
yeah,
sometimes some people may need that. They may
right.
need that type of support.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need it.
And speaking of sisterhood, so I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my spirit right now. I'm gonna say it really fast because I don't want to cry. Okay, so on a serious note, on this platform tonight, I'm gonna publicly apologize to Tori. Tori and I known each other for many, 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 many years.
Why you doing this? You gotta make me cry.
Oh, this is God
Over
at work.
over 20 plus years. Um, some things happen on my part, and I'm going to take full responsibility for this because Tori have been a really great friend to me all these years. We actually was getting really close. And I let this podcast thing get in my way. And I felt like at the time, Tori had her podcast going on. And I felt like it was becoming like competition on my end. And I know Tori, I know without a doubt that Tori did not have this in her heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the type of person Tori is. But just one day, and I know, I'm not even going to blame it on the enemy. I'm taking full responsibility for this. So I just felt like it was just something going on, like was trying to like get to me. So I said some things that I shouldn't have said. And I'm not going to say that it was words that was like, well, dang, do she hate? No, it wasn't no hate. Hate is very strong. It wasn't hate, but it was some words that I shouldn't have said. I shouldn't have let come out my mouth for someone who I called a friend. So I actually, when it happened, I started feeling really bad. You know, when we do something and we know it's wrong, you
Mm-hmm.
feel really bad. And I started feeling really bad because, like I said, I know the type of person Tori is. So I immediately picked the phone up and I called Tori, and I was like, Tori, I was like, I actually said some things about you. I forgot how I summed it up, Tori, but it was something that I said some things about you behind your back, and I want you to know what I said.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, Tori was like, I was like, can I tell you what I said? Do you want to hear what I said? And Tori was like, no. I don't know if Tori didn't want to be extra hurt to hear the words that I said, because she was already hurt because I said something about her behind her back, which I shouldn't have. But I felt because we was, you know, like I said, we was getting really close at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and I let that spirit come over me. And Tori, you don't know this, but that same night, I got in my car. I drove to your place, but I didn't get out my car. But I wanted to see your face. I wanted to talk to you face to face to let you know how sorry I was for even speaking those words behind your back. So I'm not going to get into it anymore because I'm going to tear up, but I'm publicly apologizing to you. And this happened well over 3 years ago. But I'm publicly apologizing because we talking about sisterhood. We spoke on sisterhood. So I just felt in my heart that it was just at that moment speaking on sisterhood to know that, once again, I said it before, but I'm publicly saying that I'm sorry. Um,
Apology
I'm
accepted. And I
sorry.
accepted it. I accepted it back then. Um, but I was hurt,
Yeah.
but I accepted it then and I accepted it now.
Thank you.
Girl, y'all just said some people free tonight. There's some people that are being set free because they're watching this live, like real time, showing what real sisterhood, what family, what the love of Christ is
Mm,
supposed to do. And that's a part of healing. That goes along with being in relationships.
absolutely.
This is healing. You're becoming whole again. You're growing. And a lot of time growing, what's that thing, growing pains, that's real. And this
Yeah.
is one of them. That was
Yeah.
beautiful. That was beautiful. That was, girl, I think that was awesome.
Veronica really had to do this to me, got me crying.
That was beautiful,
Listen,
baby.
and I was actually going to get off so you could talk to Sean about her book. I want to sit back and be in the comments, but you done
No.
made me cry.
That was beautiful.
And it was a reason why I was like, okay, I saw you come in the comments when we first got on. I was like, you know what? Let me get Tori on here tonight. Not knowing this was going to take place. It's all God. Like, this is what I be telling people. God works in mysterious ways. And he know when to. It wasn't right that night. It wasn't meant for me to see you that night and talk to you. This is the night. Even though we're not physically, I can't touch you, I can't hug you, but this was the night that God has placed for us to talk.
That's awesome. I think that was
Like,
beautiful.
this has been like every time I would see Tori, or I would, like, um, like at radio events or whatever, and I would see Tori or whatever, I will always think about what I did to her.
Mm,
I will always think about, what we had. Karaoke night. We would go out to karaoke together and, we just have fun. And then I let that happen that shouldn't have never took place. Because I'm the type of person that anybody can tell you, if I'm your friend, I'm your friend
mhm.
till the end. But once you cross me, I got to pray about it. I got to pray about it. But I'm your friend till the end. And
Come on.
that's why I was so disappointed in myself, because I'm like, this ain't what friends do. This is
Mm,
friends don't do this. But thank you, Tori, for accepting my apology. It really means a lot. And hopefully we can, get back to where we was. I know things, you know, don't happen overnight, but thank you, God. I'm free. Oh, Bianca. Sometimes you have to move. When God say move,
that's
you have
it.
to move. Like the spirit was on me. Like I felt it. This was the right time. Tori is right here. We're talking about sisterhood. If you're gonna have your sister back, be real about it.
Mm,
Let her know. Cause you had no idea I came to your house that night. Like you had no idea. Like I was downstairs.
mm.
All right, y'all. Back to singlehood. And you're right, Sean. Like this in itself have this is relationships. This is all connected
Yes.
into relationships.
Yeah.
So this is what we have to, do as women. Like we have to come together. We have to have each other back. Oh, I'm so ready to put this thing together, and I would love for you ladies to help me with the singles group because listen, Sean, you got a whole book out there on
Right.
singlehood, and um, you want to
Hey.
jump on that and talk about that right quick, and then we can get into another question.
Yeah. Well, what happened? And I was telling you about this the other day. This was over the break, Christmas break, and I happened to be looking at this other podcast, and it was a young lady who had gotten into witchcraft. And what led her to get into witchcraft and dark magic was is that she had gotten hurt in a relationship and it really did her real bad. So she turned from God's love and turned to dark magic. Just she was talking about hexes and all kind of voodoo stuff.
Mm,
But then she got delivered and found Christ, and she's like she really, really living her life as a single person. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? She didn't have nobody to tell her, or nobody to help guide her, or nobody to pour into her, or maybe show her what single life looked like.
mm-hmm,
And the Spirit of the Lord said, well, why don't you do it?
mm,
I was like, wait a minute, God. I'm in a whole hold on. Matter of fact, he on his way over now. What you talking about? I ain't single. I mean, I'm single, but I ain't single.
Yeah.
But little did I know that through the transformation of it all, that I would be single and single for real on purpose with a purpose.
Mm.
Because I have it. There is a purpose for everything. There's a purpose for every season of your life. There
Mhm.
is a purpose. And we have to ask, pray these things daily that God will help us understand our purpose and not only understand it, but teach us how to walk in our purpose. And so I started looking at relationships, looking at a marriage first. I started looking at my mom and my dad, and I was watching them. I've had them all my life. So I've watched their marriages, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, the good, the bad, the sickness, the everything. And I was like, oh my God, I had this role model here, but I veered off to do my own thing to please my own flesh instead of me actually understanding why it was that I was single, what I was supposed to be doing while I was single, getting to know who I am, knowing what I want, what I desire as a person, and understanding that singleness is not a death sentence. It's not the end. It's not over. Also understanding that I literally had somebody, well, not somebody, I literally was in a relationship where I chose, because I chose it, I chose to be in a situation that almost stole my purpose.
Mm.
My purpose was almost snatched away from me. And had I not come to myself and understand and put Him first, put God first, and then everything else line up.
Yeah.
Or let's do it like this: put Him on the bottom because He's my foundation,
Mm.
and then build up.
Yeah.
I had to learn to do that, and I had to learn to stop holding on to somebody who wasn't holding on to me.
Yes.
Because they wasn't holding on to me. That had to go. I got some chapters in my book that speaks to me. Um, Learning to be whole, not just waiting to be chosen.
Mm.
When it breaks down the difference between being available and being whole, because you can be available, but you're not whole.
Right.
um, Learning how to address loneliness when it comes to being obedient. Because a lot of times when you're obedient, you're going to walk alone.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do things by yourself.
Yep.
When the door closes, like Tori said it, when the door closes, leave it closed. Don't go back, because a lot of times we go back and make an even bigger mess than what we made. And when you're
Yeah.
in your singleness, you're making space for God to do the things that He needs to do. Um, discipline yourself while you're in your waiting season. Tori, as you were talking about different things that you know that you can't put yourself in, that
Yeah.
comes with discipline, honey. Discipline. Um, what being submitted really really looks like while you're single. Um, Being submitted is not a sign of weakness. Being submitted is when you align with what you're supposed to be doing with God. And then if you can't submit to God or
Mm.
align with God, because that's what submission means. It don't mean, well, yes, I will obey. No, submission is to align yourself, to
Mm.
get in order with. And if you can't get in order with Him, how you gonna get in order with your family? Because you're gonna have to have order
Yeah.
within your family. Those are just some chapters, that he oh, I got one too. Guard your mind, your ears, and your eyes. Raising your standards without raising up walls. Like I was saying, I got standards, but I just want to make sure I don't raise up the walls where nobody, I won't allow
Yeah.
anybody to,
To come in. Yep.
and becoming the answer to your own prayers.
Mm.
Mm.
You, when I tell you this one hit me right here when I was thinking about like I'm not waiting for somebody to complete me. I'm not waiting on somebody to build me up financially. I'm not waiting for somebody to build me up emotionally. I want to come already whole so that I can be that helpmeet to my spouse. Because a relationship is a ministry. It's a ministry, whether it be platonic, whether it be with a man, whether it be with your children that you teach, your children in your home, that
Mhm.
is a ministry. People want to get married just for the flowers and the singing and the pretty dress and the bridesmaid and
Just to say I'm married now. Yeah.
that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
So with the book, I'm getting ready to release it, put it out into the earth, and let God work His work. And and I'm gonna
Good.
move forward with it. Everything he says, do. I love like what just happened when you hear him say, "Do it,
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
do it." So I'm just excited about it. I'm because I think about all my life when I think about those 20 years when I finally came to myself and I recognized I was like, you know what brought me to myself? What actually brought me to myself, which was a conversation that shifted everything, was when
Mm.
I got real with myself. I got really real with me, understanding where I was and what I was doing because I was out to please the other person and not pleasing God, and definitely not, I wasn't getting nothing out of it.
Girl.
And I'm walking around like, and then another thing was, how can you be so inspirational and so encouraging, and you got all of this stuff going on?
Mm.
I had to literally come to myself and say, Sean, now if you were on the outside looking at yourself, you'd say, no, you got some nerve.
Coming on these lives talking about the Lord.
Girl, what you talking about? But now I can say I am single on purpose
Hmm.
with a purpose.
Right.
And that's the book.
Mm.
Mm.
I can't
I
wait.
can't wait to read it. Yes,
And
indeed.
I go into it, and I give my testimony. Like, and I can't wait like to the day that me and this young lady, like we had an ongoing feud, child. Ugh. Ooh. I'm
Mm.
talking about showing up at the house and
Mm.
people going to jail, and can you imagine
Phew.
me in all of that?
No, I can't imagine.
Right, right, right.
Girl, Brianna mama, can you imagine? All behind a nigga.
Yeah,
Girl.
yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm trying to tell you. But I can't wait to me and this young lady get to share our testimony because we really can testify. We really, like the same way you guys just help somebody, y'all bless somebody, we really can bless somebody. Because when you think about it, we are arguing over the common denominator, and the common denominator is not for either you or me.
Yeah,
And it's got you out here looking crazy.
right. Girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm beyond that. The old Veronica, yeah, yeah. What you say?
Cool.
That was young Veronica. That was
Cause
young,
I
and even young Veronica wasn't fighting over a guy.
mm-hmm.
Young Veronica was fighting because you running your mouth.
You coming at
But,
me.
but today, no, you ain't gonna hit me in my face.
I ain't doing it.
You ain't gonna pull my braids out and I have a bald spot. No, ma'am.
You can have it.
I call the cops first.
And you can have
Call me call me scary if you want. I'm not getting ready to fight over a man.
it. Mm-mm.
Not doing it.
Mm-mm.
And I know people in law enforcement. Let me make a phone call right quick. Could you come over? Blah blah blah. Like God,
Yeah. Girl,
I'm
'cause,
not doing it. I'm not fighting. Let me take that back. Wait a minute. Let me think about that.
mm-mm. It ain't worth it, girl. It ain't worth getting up
Mm-mm.
that morning eating that cold
Let
bologna
me
sandwich.
stop. Nah, I wouldn't. What you
You in
said?
there eating that cold bologna sandwich. That man say, that man
Uh-uh.
said, you want dinner? I said, no, I'll be out of here. But I said,
No,
you don't want that. You don't,
it's no. On a serious note, no. But you're not gonna disrespect. No, don't disrespect me. Don't think you're gonna come to me and just start hitting me, and I'm not gonna fight back. No,
oh no, we're not doing that either.
we're not doing that. But I'm not getting ready to sit there and pick an argument or pick a fight with you. I'm not. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
The
because
old,
I'm not even talking really to you because I'm gonna tell you talk to him.
yeah, yeah,
Be-
absolutely.
Because I never get. There was a young lady that was at the house the same time I was at the house,
Mm,
and the girl was talking, and she said that he told me that y'all were not together. You were not around.
yeah,
I said, well, darling, as you can see, I'm around because I'm here, and probably when you leave, I'm still gonna be around.
yeah.
Um, because
But
that's the issue. We believe there's a part of us that want it so bad. We hold on. We hold on to that thing with our very last
yeah.
everything.
And then you like, no, I'm not going to let her win. I'm not going to let her have them. But that is growth though when you can see beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Have them, because I'm not dealing with that. That's growth.
And I have a,
Did it take me a while to get where I am?
oh yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely. But
yeah.
that's growth, Sean, for real. Like when
Oh,
you can be the bigger person. Yeah,
baby, you go ahead.
yeah,
You go on ahead. And even when would have an altercation, like I said, I'm not getting at you because of the man per se. My
yeah,
thing is I guarded my home
yeah, yeah,
because my daughter didn't know that foolishness. She didn't know that. I didn't allow that around my child
yeah.
because I created a safe place. So you came to Brianna's home.
Mm,
That's now that what we got to get down about because you came
yeah,
to Brianna's home.
mm,
You came to her house.
yeah,
And you should not have come to my house because you're not going over to his house. What you coming over here for?
yeah.
Go to
But
his house because I'm not the only one.
yeah, right. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like I never could understand, and I said this before. Like why the female always come after that female instead of having that conversation with that man, because it's not like I'm pulling his arm or whatever. Like you gotta stay here. Like no, have that conversation with him too, sis. Like
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, have that conversation with him first.
right.
Don't come to me with that. But at our age, we ain't got to worry about that right now, do we?
Girl, what you talking about? Yes, you do. Listen. Hello, Barbara. This Shirley. Hello, Barbara. This is Shirley.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I promise you, I don't
Girl,
want.
it's something out here.
If I gotta go through that, I don't want them.
Yeah, don't call me.
I'm at this place in my life where I'm not trying to be stressed about it. Not about a man, not about a job, not about a dog, not about. I'm not trying to be stressed over nothing at this point in my. Y'all know people dying every day,
Every day.
and you think I'm getting ready to sit around here and stress myself over somebody that don't know who he want?
Mm, 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 mm. And
Nah.
I'm talking about going in the full on. Let me tell you something. Women, men too, but women, some of us miss our calling. We need to be in the PI profession, private investigator. Because Facebook will tell your business.
I
Mm,
If
promise you.
you want to know anything, Facebook
mm,
will tell you what they doing, how they doing, who they doing it with, when they was doing it, how long they was doing it.
mm,
And nothing beat when I went out there on that. I'll
mm.
never forget. I went out there on that page. Someone just said, just look at these comments. I looked at the comments. I was like, just click on her page.
Mm.
I'm looking at you liking this and you liking that and loving and this and that. And they loving you and you loving all these. And then I look back, this ain't been just a couple of months ago. This has been years.
Mm.
Oh my God. But
It
here
will tell.
again. But here again, I was never I never received the commitment. So you can easily, if I question you, you can easily say, well,
We're not in a committed relationship, right?
I mean, well, I didn't have a leg to stand.
And what could you say? What could you say? Because you wasn't in
Nothing.
a committed relationship.
And they was telling the truth, but I do know this part. This time when you tell them that you ain't with somebody, got that one lie you ain't got to tell. That when you get to God gate, you don't have to worry about saying, "Oh well, that was a lie." No, she set you free from that one. We ain't got to
Right,
do that one.
right.
Oh no 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 no. Oh no 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 no.
I don't know, Sean, because 20 years though with that one person.
20.
We're
Okay,
together.
real bad. Honey. Girl, I'm talking girl, you know, girl. Oh, we together forever.
We together 20 years.
Ma'am. Like I said, ma'am, as you can see, we together. And when you leave, we still gonna be together.
Yes, ma'am.
In my mind, it at least.
Right.
Yeah,
Shoot.
they be with us, but we don't be with them.
Mm.
Or however it go. All I know is the math ain't mathing.
We be with them, but they're not with us.
Yeah,
Girl,
yeah,
they not with us. We with them.
yeah,
But they're not with us. However it go. Cause like
yeah.
I say, women alike, they do the same. I got some friends that do the same thing. Like,
But
girl,
y'all
I'm
know we can't fault them though, because we
no.
allowed it, you know?
And you gotta forgive yourself and move on. You got to want it for yourself too. You got to want it for yourself. You got to come to yourself and recognize, like, what brought me to the point was I picked up in my prayer life. I started rebuilding my relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that's the only thing brought me out of that.
Yes.
I started rebuilding my relationship with God. And I'll never get up in my guest bedroom. My room's so powerful up in there, child. Y'all like, woo!
Mm.
I was praying and I said, God, what is it that it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I
Seven
was like,
years.
God, what is it that you want from me? Because I know you got me up for a reason. And he said, choose ye this day.
Mm.
It's either going to be me or him. And I'll choose God every single time.
Yeah.
He didn't even call a name. He didn't even give me no instructions. Baby, I got on that phone. I know it was every bit of 6 o'clock that morning. I called. And I say, hey, listen, I'm not gonna be able to continue on in this. It's been a ride, 20 years,
Long ride.
long ride, but I'm finna unbuckle the seatbelt and open the door and I'ma exit.
Mm.
And then I even did a Chrisette Michelle, blame it on me.
Blake.
Say I'm a liar, a cheater, say it just long as you can say it's over.
Yeah.
But you
Right.
know what? God fixed that thing so that whenever I did do that,
Mm,
he said to me, he said, you know what? I saw you changing
mm,
and I saw you moving differently. And I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when.
mm,
He said, and I prayed about it. He said, and how dare I stand in the way of you and God?
mm, mm,
And he has been respectful ever since.
yeah.
Anything I need, like in prayer or anything I need in whatever that I need.
Mm,
He has been he has been that type of friend because I think we were friends first
mm.
before we went into this other thing.
That's the thing. And if you notice, don't you just feel okay? For one, you feel a load off,
Mhm.
but then you see all these blessings coming. All these,
Girl!
all,
Ooh, child!
all these
Overtake you.
doors, all these doors start opening that you had no idea. Like, oh God, this is what you've been trying to get me to do. This
Uh-huh.
person been blocking my blessings all this time from coming.
Like Steve Harvey said, you can't get that upgraded car when you got that old Cutlass sitting in your on the blocks. You got to move that from out of the way so you can get the new.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't pour new wine in the old skin.
And I'm talking about when it comes to a job that you need to let go. Not only a human, not only a relationship, things that you need to be releasing
That's
that
it.
God's been trying to get you to release.
Family members, let you can do it whatever way you want to do. I'm gonna do like Vicky Wine said. I'm gonna let my ways please the Lord, and
Mm,
I'm gonna let the chips fall wherever they may.
yep.
Yeah, it's more than just a person
Yeah.
thing.
Jobs, friendships, lovers, like things that needed to be released from you. Like things that you've been holding on to, things that you've been afraid to let go, things that you think that you needed.
Hmm. Those
And
are
you really
you
need.
are walking in idolatry when
Mm.
you're doing that. You're
Yeah.
making that thing an
Mhm.
idol. And the
Yeah.
Lord says he will have no other God before him. Because I'm gonna tell you how he'll do you, because he done did me like this. Oh, you need something? Oh, you need me now? Go to your other
Mhm.
God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let them get that for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Or let that thing furnish what you need. Like,
Mhm.
oh, you go over there.
Mhm.
You walking in idolatry. And people don't recognize that they do. You don't recognize that
Mhm.
until he shows you you. I had to have a come to Jesus meeting. And once
Woo.
I got it, girl, it looked like the doors of heaven flung open for me.
Yeah. Cause once he showed you, honey, and you make that move.
Mm-hmm.
And not only when it opened up for you, it opens up for everything around you. My children in that after school, I'm telling you right now, we got people giving them food. They have a cookout every week.
Mm.
Mm.
Somebody wanna do something today. Somebody wanna bless these children. Somebody wanna. So it's not only you're not obeying God just for you.
Yeah.
It's for your everything around you.
Yes.
Everything around you. Like literally
Yeah.
everything.
Blessing everything around him.
Mm,
Everything. I
Everything,
love it.
everything
mm,
attached to you. You know,
mm.
when it comes to you making decisions, it's not always just about you. You making decisions for other people that you don't even know. That's the crazy. It's not crazy, but we think it's, like it's crazy when you think about it because,
Mhm.
like you said, now that you remove whatever needed to be removed out of your life, now
Mhm.
blessings are coming from everywhere, but not only for you. Like you said, these blessings are coming to the kids who you're involved with, but it took you letting go of that one thing for them blessings to start flowing.
I mean flowing. I'm talking about what that thing is prove me now. He will say the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you up the windows of heaven
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm.
and pour you out a
What a
blessing.
blessing. Yes, ma'am.
And pour you out a blessing. You won't have room enough. You ain't even got enough room
Mm,
for what he got for you.
mm,
You don't have enough storage place. You ain't got enough storage closets.
mm.
They ain't got enough what them things is storage units. They don't have
Yeah.
enough. And you know they got one every mile of the block.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that thing say time for you, like on the phone, your iCloud storage is about
1.5 gigabytes is done. You get 7.7. You we gotta learn how to let go. And that thing is, and that's when, Victoria, when you were talking about it, the soul tie.
mm,
When your soul is tied, because soul ties are more than just you being intimate sexually.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an intimacy when you're with a person, you become intimate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That thing runs deep.
Yeah.
Right. And them emotional ties are deeper than the ones because I actually had a soul tie with the man that I ain't never slept with.
Mm,
Mhm.
And that emotional soul tie was deeper than the one I was sleeping with. I
mm.
was like, oh my God. So I had to block him too. I was like, mm-mm,
See,
mm-mm.
how does this work? Because I thought, in order for you to get involved in a soul tie or whatever, you would
Mm-mm,
either have to maybe kiss someone, sleep with
mm-mm,
someone.
mm-mm. It can be conversation.
Okay, now I'm about to block some people.
Yes.
You better go. I told you to bless you.
I'm trying to tell you.
It'll set you free, baby.
Mm-hmm,
What?
So
mm-hmm.
you have good soul ties
Yes.
and negative soul ties. Like your children, your soul is tied to your children
Yeah.
because these are your children.
Mm-hmm.
Um, your
Mm.
best friend, your soul is tied to your best friend. You're tied
Yeah.
to your mom. You're tied to your dad. Your soul, like I put my soul into those children. I'm tied to those children.
Mm-hmm.
But these unhealthy soul ties, and you know when they're unhealthy, them things is the devil to get rid of. But it can be done. It can be done.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to recognize that it's your soul tied first.
Right.
And whenever you got that thing that's on your mind constantly,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get that thing off of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be him. It's got to be, or you got to be saying, I wonder when you doing that, you cut it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it be so hard.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a soul tie.
Yeah. Cause listen, I used to be on Facebook just for lurking. I said I'm over that. Man, be on Facebook just for lurking. Just for lurking. Now I forgot they my friend on Facebook.
Yeah. They
And you
get
got to
look.
call, that when you pray them soul ties off, you got to call them by name so
Ooh,
you can be
girl.
delivered from it.
I remember you told me that too, Tori. Did you tell me to write down you write down the name?
Yes.
And did you say put them in the Bible or
Yep.
pray over them?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I did
Yep.
just that too.
Yeah, really, you got to renounce it. Like,
Hmm.
God, release me. I'll say, I am free. I am released. I renounce this soul tie.
Mm,
Hmm.
In the name of Jesus, in the blood of Jesus.
mm,
You got to renounce it.
yeah.
Because even like I was telling you, even though I recognize my friend and I, we are still friends. And we talked about this for a little while. You know, you got a habit of calling me every day.
Mm,
And because I'm on your mind.
yeah.
And apparently you on mine because I answer the phone.
Okay.
So with that being said, as much as your soul is tied to mine, my soul is tied to yours. Because that's 20 years. You don't just
It ain't.
Right. Yeah.
That's the process right there.
I got to
Yeah.
continuously.
Hmm.
I got to
Yeah.
walk in this thing by faith. By
Hmm.
faith, I'm free. By faith, I'm delivered. By
Mm,
faith, I'm made whole. Yeah, I got to walk into that thing, and I'm walking in it. So if the phone ring or not, I'm free. Now I can turn over, take that cover, turn that fan on low, and girl, it's night night.
right.
When one time I couldn't do that, girl,
Girl,
I'm
no.
telling you.
No, honey.
Woo! Girl, y'all just don't know. I'm gonna preach that thing one day.
Oh my goodness.
You just don't know
Yes.
the liberty, girl. When I come in my home, it's because all day long I play gospel music throughout my house. So when I come home, it's like I don't know, it's like a sweet spirit just in my home. And I come home, sometimes I come in the door myself, I be like, hello home.
Yeah.
I be excited, but when
Peace.
you get into that hellish soul tie, I had a friend girl. She dead and gone now. This cost her her life.
Mm,
Mm.
But I remember her telling me how she was involved with this guy. And y'all know them little coconut pies that had a little stripe across them. Them the nastiest things. Them things.
Mhm.
yeah.
We used to talk about how we hated them. And one day she went to the store and bought a box of them and was eating them pies. Like, what you doing? Why you eating them nasty things? Oh no, they good. Just we gotta try it. No, I don't want it. Later on down, we thought about it. The boy who she was messing with, he loved them things.
Mm.
He loved them. So you start taking on
Mm,
their habits.
my
You
God.
start taking on. It really is deep. It really, really
It
is
is.
deep. And some people say, "Nah, it ain't." Yes, it really
Yes, it
is.
is.
You have to be careful with who you attach yourself to.
Mm,
You have to. You really. You have to. You have to be careful with who you attach yourself to, whether it be male or female.
right.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes you can be attached to people and in these homosexual spirits. You know, just different. You gotta be prayerful because if you, that's the reason you have to stay prayed up and you have to have a
Yeah.
relationship with God. You do.
You do. You
There ain't
do.
no other way around it. I pray for those who don't understand that.
I thank God. I was talking to somebody about this, I think it was last week, and I was just saying, like, I thank God because He gave me this thing where it's easy for me to notice your spirit. Like you come around me, like I can tell when you're off.
Discernment.
I was just gonna say that discernment. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this isn't something going on. This spirit, I can feel it. Like, nah, something ain't right. Um, here I go, my business again. So was talking to this guy, and I was like, okay, this guy is he's pretty, he's cool. Like I can see myself, kicking it with him or whatever. The more I spoke with him, the more I started noticing things,
Mm.
really paying attention to what he's saying. You know, Everybody that knows me know that I have this bubbly spirit about me. Like I'm always laughing, smiling, bubbly, trying to encourage people. I may be going through something myself, but you'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been that way. But this guy hated us. Uh, he hated this race. I don't have no hate in my bone. I love everybody until you give me a reason, and I'm not even gonna say hate. I'm still not gonna hate you, but I'm going to remove my presence from. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna want to be around you. But he had this strong hate, and if he's watching, hey, sorry,
Hey, hey.
but he was like, so you think I'm too black? You think I'm too black for you? No, it's not that, sir. But your hate is not going to roll over onto me. And this is when you talk about y'all talk about the soul ties and things like that. I got away from that because I know I'm not that person to hate no one. I don't care what color your skin is. I'm not going to walk around and say I hate these people.
Mhm.
That's not me.
That's a
That's
good
I
person.
never was that person. Even though some things happen. Some people really show you who they are. When it comes to other races, like some people can show. Okay, but this is when you don't have to deal with these people though. But that don't make everybody of that same race that way.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it will always be constant. I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm not even going to go. So I asked the question. I was like, so you know what I do? My profession. I'm around all types of people. So if I invite you into an event, you're not going to go because these certain people are there. He was like, no, I'm not going. Okay,
Let's
bye.
say.
That's my cue. I'm not going to be surrounded around someone with hatred in their heart for anyone. That's just not who I am. Like I feel like I can't be myself at that point. I can't be Veronica,
Mm.
the bubbly person that I am, where I'm talking to anybody. Like I can see you in the grocery store and I hold a conversation with you like I've known you for years. And I in this between this time, like I met this lady of another race, and we was just talking in the store, and we was just laughing like we'd known each other for years.
Mhm.
And after we got finished with our conversation, I was saying to myself, I was like, see, I couldn't even do this with him around. He would have a problem with that.
Mm-mm.
He would have a problem with me standing here holding this conversation with this person because they're not the same race. So I immediately remove myself from that situation because you're not getting ready to throw those vibes on me. And, then I'm starting to think, like, what, he might be right.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, going back to, we have to be careful who we allow.
In your circle.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Yeah. Whoever's in your circle.
Because I could have been in a situation where I'm walking around on eggshells, who I'm speaking to, I'm
Ooh.
I'm I'm turning down events because I want him there with me, but I knowing that he don't want to be there, so I'm not gonna be there. Nah, no,
Missing out on your blessing.
missing out on my blessing, trying to please him because I want a man on my side. Nah,
And
no.
why we want a man so bad? Oh, you like why we? Oh, you know what? Oh, it just hit me. I'm gonna go back to, I gotta find the scripture, but it's in Genesis when God saw Adam, and he saw Adam look like he was alone.
Mm,
And he said it's not good for man to be alone. But he wasn't saying alone like
mm,
lonely.
leave.
He longed for companionship. And the companionship obviously was godly, because he the man Eve did not create, I mean Adam did not create Eve. God created Eve. And he brought her to him. He found her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was after which where he was asleep. So he was knocked out asleep. And when he woke up, see, a lot of men have not woken up yet.
Mm,
They got to wake up.
mm.
And we got to be found. We don't want to be found.
Because we so independent.
Oh yeah. We bad it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can cut my own grass.
Mm-mm. I know I can't do that. I don't even know how to crank one up. I can't even. I never had to. I never had to because my daddy and my brothers. I ain't never had to.
Yeah,
But I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
I can't change my tire though.
I can change my own tire. But do you want to do it though?
I don't, because I might wear my clothes too good. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I
Mm-mm.
don't even like pumping gas.
Ooh. Oh, well,
I
yeah.
hate pumping
And
gas.
I don't.
Poor Darius.
I don't pumpkin.
I hate that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. If
I hate.
Tasha's still on here, Tasha Tony, you don't pump your gas, do you, Tasha?
I thank God for Sister Tasha and Sister Tori, because I can't wait that I can do this right here. So they can say, "Okay, here you go." This ain't no, y'all, this is no lie. I want y'all to hear this. Back in 2020, February of 2020, my mom went to go get a car. She bought her car brand new. 2022, my mama and I went out riding in her car. My mama did not know where her gas tank, how to get in her
Mm-hmm.
gas tank. Because my daddy had my daddy said, "You don't even know where your gas tank is."
Mm.
I
Wow.
want that. I want some of that.
Right.
I posted on Facebook one Sunday we was going to church. And from my door to my parking area is a little bit. It was raining. So I'm running out to the car. I sat down in the car, say, "Lord, where my husband at? Where my husband? I want him to be right because I don't want to have a husband and still got to run out to my car."
Right.
One day though, Lord.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's
goodness.
coming. I know mine around the corner.
Yeah, one day. One day.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I am working on myself though. I'm working on
Hmm.
my
Yeah,
credit.
yeah.
I'm working on my financial portfolio. I'm working on basic stuff like keeping my home clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm working on my body.
Hey, and it looks
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
Hey, cuz I've been working. Cuz been working. I'm
Yes.
working. Yeah, I'm working
Yeah.
on like the spiritual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got work to do while I'm single.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I even think about this, like sometime over in the night when the Lord will call me to prayer, I ain't got to look over at the bed and say, "Excuse me, baby, I'm gonna go in the next room." I can wake up, Sheila, cold on my Sunday to be like, I ain't got this. Tell you why or who. I can go straight in.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
But sometimes
Mhm.
don't you miss like turning to the side and scooting that butt over on
Oh,
him? Like,
girl, yeah, definitely. Girl, and you know,
Really right.
my body warm too. I got that good warm body. I got body heat. Honey, what? Girl, yeah, I'll be a liar if I said I did. But then I think about the cost of that though.
Right. The
Please.
cost.
Like, while you over here, do I got to worry about somebody knocking on my door?
Child, you can't do that though.
I'm just saying. I need, girl, I'm sorry, I need for you. Girl, I almost, hey, I don't know if Derek Bull remembers this, but I'm going to ask him. I'll never forget we was talking about being married and making your calling in your election sure, and you want to make sure you marry the person that God has for you.
Mm,
So we was talking and Derek said, "I'm gonna tell you right now, God is gonna have to set my bed on illuminating fire like He did Moses at the burning bush, and said, 'This is the one.'" So I reckon his bed was on fire because he sure got his wife and them beautiful children.
right.
But I believe now. This is what I believe. No, I'm serious. I believe when it is the right person at the right time, that you, if you're praying and you're seeking God, I just don't feel like God is gonna put you. I don't think God will put you out there like that if we are totally seeking Him and you and your partner are with one accord.
Hmm.
Well, let me say, I feel for me. I think that I'm gonna know that this is it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. In them 20 years, I knew that was dying. Come on. I had some good moments like, oh God, is it? But now I used to really want the last name. I wanted to be Mrs. So and so, but I don't want to be her.
Yeah.
I don't want to be her. Whoever she is, may God bless her.
Yeah.
And I wish her the best. But I don't want to be her. I don't.
Hmm.
I just feel like whenever my time comes, I'm going to know it. It's gonna be affirmed. My spirit is gonna agree.
Yeah.
I really, really feel that for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel that.
And you're right. I feel like God is going to let us know that's him. That's him. That's the one. It ain't gonna be off no. Yes, Lord. Wait. Yes. Yes, Lord. Ain't gonna have. Ain't gonna have nothing to do with this.
No. Mm-mm.
That man gonna be right.
Yeah. And two, now here come another thing. A lot of time our blessings come in packages that we don't necessarily think the package should be.
Mm. My husband probably blocked.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Sorry.
That's why I was saying the package. That's why I was holding this up. The package.
Sorry,
It don't come in that.
said.
It's
Husband
not gonna come
probably
in that package.
blocked. I probably done blocked him. They ain't know I blocked him cause he too short.
Ah,
Sean.
and that could be the one. And that could be the one.
Oh, he got on the wrong pair of shoes. You
Right,
know me. Why his shoes look like
right. Because he's still wearing Wranglers.
right? And let me tell you, all for the nice shoes and whatever got how far it got me. How far did it get me? Girl, go ahead. Bring me them shoes and them Wranglers.
What?
Okay.
Uh,
Listen, I blocked one that got y'all know how they iron their pants so hard the creases show. I blocked one the creases was
baby.
But was the crease stiff though? Or was it stiff?
yes, it was them stiff creases.
I probably would have blocked too.
This ain't it.
That man was, girl said, my
And he was
husband,
short.
girl, bring them creases here. And I'll put my heels down and get me some flats. And don't just bring me them creases. I'll wash your clothes. I'll get your clothes free.
See, it's the petty stuff that we be looking at. When you're right, and we probably be blocking our
I'm
blessings.
telling you. I got a girlfriend right now. Y'all think I'm playing? That girl said when she met him, she said that he had been talking and like she was already out like looking. He got like a little pooch. It ain't no because he ain't no bad looking somebody. But he ain't somebody to be like, oh girl, oh.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
He
want one of them. But
yeah,
go
he
ahead.
ain't none he is none of that. But he is genuinely a good person.
Mm-hmm.
She said, girl, I would have missed my blessing. All cause his little stomach hang over his pants a little bit.
Oh
Look
my
at
God.
Ronnie. Girl, bring me that belly.
He's still working on.
We can go to the gym together. So the only thing that means I just need to start cooking some healthy foods for you, baby. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
'Cause you bring home that check and that support. I gotta do you know how to pray?
Yeah.
You pray while I cook.
Yeah.
And iron them pants for you. Throw that starch away. But you know that's so funny because men are like that too. Like they want dime pieces. If you want to talk about aesthetically pleasing, like I said, aesthetically pleasing, you got to be aesthetically pleasing too.
Yeah, come on now. You got to meet me halfway.
Yeah, we got to work. We got to give a little. Everybody got to give a little.
Right.
You know.
But I tell you what, I'm not settling.
Oh no. Definitely not that. You ain't gonna get nobody with no eye in the middle of their forehead. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
Oh, he's a
All
good
right. I
man.
know right.
He's a good man. He's got three eyes. It's all right.
He's got three eyes.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
I'll
Mm-mm.
pass.
Tori
Mm-mm.
said, my man, my bosom probably blocked.
You better go back to that block list, Tori.
You better go through tonight.
Mm-mm-mm.
Never know, honey.
You never know. You
Oh,
just never know. Even my best friend now, like her husband, she would have never chosen, but he's a nice looking brother, nice looking man. And he is good to her, and the Lord gave her what she needed.
yeah.
And when I tell you he loved the Lord, he loved the Lord.
See, that's
And
important.
yeah, he loved it. But hold on now, when they started, this is crazy. When they started, we had gone to sing in Columbia. and one of her friends, one of their hometown friends, was having a gathering in Columbia. So we went to the gathering. So we dressed, got on kind of like church attire. And her husband came from off the balcony.
Mm.
He had a red solo cup in one hand,
Mm.
a Michelob, either a Bud Light in one hand, and a blunt behind the other.
Mm.
She said, Sean, oh, he good people. He's good and he nice, come from a good family and this, that, and other. Well, what I want was somebody with a Bud Light in it. I don't, that ain't what I want. But the thing is when that boy came from off of that balcony, immediately when he looked at my best friend, he was in love.
Mm.
I saw it.
Mm.
That's how I know that you will know. I saw it, and I
Yeah.
told her. And she kept trying to put him with me. And that man said, as your girlfriend, your best friend, she is a beautiful young lady. But I'm looking at you.
Mm.
And they married right now, 20 some odd years later.
Wow.
And
Mm.
here I'm in a 20-year situation. God, if you don't help me in here today.
Mm.
I'm looking at the people on Facebook. Happy 20th anniversary. Oh, God.
That wasn't meant for you though. Yeah, I
No,
was at
that
the
wasn't.
right place at the right time, and yeah, it happened.
That was for her.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
that was, and it didn't take them long either. They was
Mm.
married within a year,
Yeah,
Mm.
that's awesome.
and they still together right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Mm.
now, 20 years later, 20 some odd years, and here
Here they are.
I didn't even want to talk about it. But you know what? I will say this. I have been hearing this for the longest in my spirit
Mm.
that God is going to redeem my time. He's going to fix that time that was spent
Oh,
elsewhere.
yeah,
He is going to redeem my time. It's like my time is going to start over.
yeah,
And it's going to make it where I won't even miss that.
right.
And I'm excited about that part.
Yeah, he already working that out though.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm excited. I laugh a lot about that because when I be looking at it, I be like,
Yeah, and it's a good thing that you can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Instead of crying.
Yeah.
yeah. Because you know what? If I think about this, if I had not had um my mindset the way my mindset was, that could have drove me into straight depression. Like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not enough? Like, it would have been like me,
Yeah,
me, 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 me. Although I do have some parts in it, but it wasn't just all me. Me
yeah.
recognize that it wasn't just all me.
And I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get off here because we didn't been on 2 hours and 30.
Yeah, way past my bedtime.
Woo, child. When we
But
let out.
Two things, Veronica. I know
Mhm.
this your show, but
No, no, go
Sean need to pray us out, and she need to sing a little tune, something. We'd have been on here, cause Veronica, you ain't had to do me like that. I wasn't trying to get on here and cry,
She got you.
so I definitely need a little piece of something, Sean, and we got to pray out, definitely.
Yes, indeed. But I was gonna say this before you get in that, Sean. Our mind is a powerful tool, and I say this a lot. When we let our minds take over, we're gonna be right. We're gonna be right. And I'm talking about when our minds take over from a negative point of view. Mind is a
Mm-hmm.
powerful being.
It
And
is.
when we allow that mind to take over, and that's why I post something about this older man. He was giving a sermon, And he was saying, if you don't wake up with God on your mind will be all over the place.
Yes, God.
So I just wanted to say that our mind is a powerful tool. We have
Yes.
to be careful where we have our thoughts in our mind, because it will have us thinking all kind of things.
You see what happened in that movie Straw?
Yeah.
That could easily have been one of us
Mm.
with the kids. Girl, that's why I can't look at that. Not right now. I gotta kind of get my
Yeah.
mind together to look
Yeah.
at that because that
Mm.
could have easily been me. What I could have, you know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yep. Snap. Yeah.
I,
Yep.
that's something.
Mm.
That's something. But this was awesome tonight. I enjoyed
Yes.
myself with you
So
Right.
good.
girls. It's just like we were sitting around on my chest and we're talking.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm telling you, that's what I want. That is what's gonna happen. We're gonna get together. I'm gonna get the singles group going. But I tell you what, I gotta get going before my man comes, cause honey, he around the corner.
You better
And y'all,
come on.
and y'all,
I might not be able to be in y'all little group for long.
Right.
okay.
'Cause I got ministry to do. Me and my husband got to go and preach. Or either he on the organ while I'm singing, whichever one.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But thank y'all so much. Yes, Tori, I know I caught you off guard
You
getting
did.
here, and but it was that it was meant to be. It was meant to be. So we didn't even getting ready to say, well, maybe I shouldn't have. No, it was meant to be, and I thank God for that moment because it needed to happen. So I'm just glad it happened. And we are, yes. Thank you,
That
God.
is
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you for coming on, Tori. Thank you so much. Keep the faith with Tori. Sean, thank you, cuz I appreciate you and your testimonies and your story. Tell us one more time the name of your book. I know you don't have a date yet where it's gonna be, officially out, but tell us the name of your book again.
Living single on purpose with a purpose.
Mm, that in itself is powerful.
Mm.
So be looking out for that, guys. Sean's book. And thank you, Sean, again for coming on. This was powerful. This is not gonna be the last time that we get on
Oh
this
no.
podcast and talk, honey. We gotta come back together us three
Oh
and do something else as well. But this has been really powerful, embracing singlehood. A lot of us out here single. Some of us are down and out because we're single. Some of us are in a great space, a great place where we're happy, we're finding ourselves, and we're living our best life, due to being single and due to us finding ourselves and loving on ourselves first
right.
and putting God first.
Putting him first.
So yeah, so this is something that we needed to talk about, and this won't be the last time. But Sean, like Tori said, if you don't mind, you wanna, pray us out, sing us out, however you want to do it. It's the floor is yours.
I don't know why Tori would she love to do that and at this nighttime hour when I sound like Louise Jefferson.
Uh-uh.
It's real. I've been battling the cold, but y'all pray for me.
Yes.
But I think about this. I think about, and I'm gonna do just a little bit. I got to get my words. But even though the 20 years that I went through it all, God has still been faithful to me.
Mhm.
Even in the times when I felt like I was let down, He did not let me down. He actually helped build me up through
Mhm.
those trials and through those situations. And it was Him carrying me through. I thought, when people think they're carrying themselves through, it's Him like carrying me through. So I'm going to sing
Mhm.
this a little bit. I'm one of my favorite songs. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hand from the moment that I wake up till I lay my head. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God.
Mm,
Dear Lord, we want to thank you today, tonight, oh God, for
mm,
being who you are, God. Thank you for keeping us throughout the day as we went about our several occupations. Oh God, you kept us covered under your blood. God, I thank you, oh God, for this moment that you have allowed my sisters and I to come together, oh God, to share, oh God, to give encouragement to those who are needing encouragement, for those who are needing hope, for those who are needing faith in you, oh God. I thank you for using us as vessels, oh God. Thank you for allowing us to pour out to our family and our friends, oh God, sharing your love, oh God, to everyone who is listening. I pray, Jesus, that something was said that will encourage the hearts of those people. I pray, oh God, that you will stimulate the minds of your people, oh God. Put them on the right track. Set them on a course, oh, that will determine or help them be successful, oh God. Lord, I pray right now for every broken-hearted man, every broken-hearted female that is desiring to live in the life of singleness. I pray right now, Lord, that you will wrap your arms around them and gird them with faith, oh God. Oh God, open up their understanding to what they are called to do, to what they're destined to do. And we know that that is greatness. Greatness in you, God. Greatness in your word. Greatness in the mind, the body, and the soul, God. Even those ties that are binding us, those unhealthy soul ties, I come against them in the name of Jesus. You break the curse and set the captives free. In your name, Satan, we plead the blood against you, that every trick and every trap that you try to render against God's people will be null and voided in the mighty name of Jesus. And I speak and release blessings and favor over our lives right now in the name of Jesus. Lord, I thank you for Veronica. Lord, I thank you for rendering her this platform. Continue to use her. Lord, continue to bless her. Open up ideas, open up doors so that she can walk into them. And forever, oh God, bless your people. Oh God, and my sister Tori. Oh God, thank you for her platform, God. I pray that you will increase her. Oh God, a level. You'll take her to higher levels and deeper depths in you, in her spiritual walk. Bless her family. Bless their families, oh God, in the mighty name of Jesus. Lord, we thank you for these blessings, oh God, and we give your name the honor, the glory that is due to you. In your son's name, we seal it. Amen and amen.
mhm,
Amen.
amen. Girl.
Whew.
To God be the glory.
Mm. And on that note, thank you, Sean, for that powerful prayer.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Tori, once again, thank you. Y'all hold on for just a second. Thank everyone. Thank you all for I'm speechless. Thank you everyone for watching the show tonight. It's been a powerful show. It's ladies' night tonight. Um, Thank y'all so much for watching. There was comments that came through that we didn't get to. Hello to everyone that was speaking to us, but the conversation was so good. I didn't want to break it and say, hey, like, but thank you to everyone who left a comment, to everyone who watched. Mr. Sammy had a comment. That you ladies can go back to and answer if you want on the Tangy Tea of Life page. It was, he said, when you say single, what is single? If you are dating, are you single? So if y'all want to go back and answer that, please do. But thank you all for your comments. Thank you for watching. Those of you who are going to be watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please head over to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
I'm
So
I
going
ain't gonna
back.
say nothing.
please subscribe. I appreciate you so much. Have a great night. Love upon one another and live this thing called life to the fullest. Embrace your singleness. All right? Because the day is coming where you're going to be holding hands with someone special. So just hold on to that faith, as Tori's show is called, Keep the Faith.
Keep the
Because
faith.
your day is coming. You're going to be
Yeah.
smiling so big. Yes. Until next time, y'all take care. Love upon one another. Have a good night.
All
Bye.
right.